Happy Tuesday, everyone. If you guys have been following me, you know that currently I'm in my home country, Trinidad and Tobago. It is so hot here, but I am really grateful because it's very cold in Calgary, where I live now. But you know what I wanted to talk to you guys about before I introduced our free workshop to those of you who are interested in raising the quality of your life, of taking back control, living life on your own terms, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it's about traveling, spending time with my family, just being in my present self and enjoying my life fully. I While I'm here, I still do my exercise, and my sister-in-law, she actually has exercise class, and someday last week we went, and it was Zumba. And when I was coming back home, I drove to meet her, and when I was coming back home, it's not very far from where I'm staying, but the amount of traffic I faced just to get back home. And I sat there and I was thinking, oh my God, how did I do this for 10 years? And I'm talking about 30 minutes in traffic. But when I was working as a civil engineer in Trinidad, I would go to different sites. But on average, if I left home anytime sorry, 5:30 in the morning, I would be stuck in 2 hours, 2.5 hours traffic to get to my workplace, my construction site. And I sat there last week for half an hour and I was just thinking, it's amazing what we condition ourselves to do, to think that's normal. Imagine sitting 2 hours in traffic every single day to go and even more to come back home. I used to leave home in the dark and reach back home in the dark. Now, if you live in a country like Canada, leaving home in the dark is fine because of the time difference and the sun, right? But when you live in a Caribbean country, why am I leaving home in the dark and why am I reaching home in the dark? It means I have zero time for myself, for my body to just rest. And it's just this constant going and going and going. And I did it, but I started to see the effects on my body. And I started to condition myself to believe that that is normal. It's okay. Let's push a little bit harder. Let's give them a little bit more and hope that something changes. And at some point, I realized it's not going to change. And if I wanted something in my life to change, and I needed to change it, right? But I was sitting there and I was waiting, hoping and praying that my boss would change something, that he would give me a bigger raise. And yeah, I got raises over the years, so thank you for that. But it was never anything impactful to change the quality of my life because it wasn't necessarily about the money, it was about the working conditions, right? I used to work on a dusty construction site. I had to wear steel tip boots every single day. My big toe for both of my feet. Oh my God, you should see they're awful. And I don't know if it could ever get fixed. They are so damaged from just rubbing against that solid composite or steel toe, whatever, right? Used to get sick all the time because I was breathing in dust. I always had the virus, the common cold, I should say, not virus. The driving, the traffic, the no time for myself. Some sites I used to always have to use a porta potty, which was gross after so many people used it. And you know what? I used to complain. I used to complain a lot and hope that they would fix it. But at the end of the day, I chose it. I chose to study to become a civil engineer. I chose to go and work for a construction company opposed to a client company. So how could I complain when they were actually doing the best that they could? But for 10 years, I didn't see that. I made them the enemy, not realizing I was saying yes every single day. I was saying yes to the conditions. I was saying yes because guess what? I wasn't leaving the job. And no matter how much I prayed that things would change, it didn't because I was not meant to be there. Because I needed to start saying yes to things that were in alignment with the dreams that I had. And that's making money in a much easier way. That's working way less hours. That's giving myself space to be a stay at home mom while still earning. That's putting myself in a position where one day my husband is also going to retire from his corporate job so we can do it together. But I had to start saying yes to things that were in alignment with my dreams. And it took a lot out of me for me to recognize that the degree that I worked so hard to get was not in alignment with my dreams. I did it for the wrong reason. I did it to please my parents. I did it because I believed that education was the only way. And I'm really grateful for my education. It has been a stepping stone to the quality of life that I have now. But it just wasn't what I wanted. And this is where I call out to you guys, right? What exactly do you want from life? Because if you're complaining about where you are right now, that's on you. You chose to go there. You chose and you continue choosing every single day to get up and go there and not do something different. Now, is something different like this online business and I'm doing this, that I'm promoting it to you? Is this going to be hard? Yeah, you're going to have some hard days, but is it going to be worth it? Yeah. Yeah, for 10 years, I felt my job was hard as a civil engineer. This, in comparison, is easy. This is more about me facing fears about what people would think about me, about what should I post, or could I be a digital entrepreneur when I had such a logical job. And the truth is, I love my life, my dreams, my goals so much more than what I have to do in this business. I love it so much more than my fears. So today I invite you to check out a free workshop. If you have that burning desire for a different quality of life and you're sitting there and you're waiting for something and someone else external of you to change, to fix your life, then you're going to be waiting forever because it's not going to happen. But there are ways and means, which I didn't even know until I came across this business, where you can earn in a better way. You can live in a better way. Today I'm in my home country. I'm here for 3 weeks. 2 weeks, a week and a half has already passed. And after this, I'm heading back home for one day, and then I'm going on a Caribbean cruise for 10 days. And it just so worked out. I couldn't, it was booked separately, so I wasn't able to just go directly to the cruise from here. And you know what? Talking about working conditions, I'm just jumping back. Because of this business, I have never actually had to face winter conditions to go out and work. Yes, I come out and shovel my snow in my driveway, but that's on my time. I don't have to do it before I go to work. It's on my terms, And I'm so blessed that I didn't have to have these working conditions transferred to Canada when I went there. So it's different, as in here in Trinidad, I had the traffic and the construction sites and things like that. In Canada, I would have had going through storms and snow and icy conditions. But now I get to work from home, and my home could be anywhere I want because the internet is global. So don't you think you deserve that life? And a lot of people are not looking for other opportunities because they so believe that something will fix their current situation. But you have to do that. And it was only when I opened myself up to earning in a very, very different way, I started to see the quality of life that was possible because other people were doing it. And I realized if they can do it, then guess what? So can I. And it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to be overnight. But I promise you, if you commit, then it's going to be worth it. And isn't that what's most important? Where for the rest of your life, you can be living such a different, happy life. So here's your chance. We go live today, Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 8 p.m. Standard Time. And all you have to do to join this live workshop is to head over to my website. It's on this post. Input your information and then watch the workshop. Take the step after the workshop and dive deeply into our platform to see exactly and firsthand what we're all about. The workshop is more on how to start an online business and what is actually needed. You need to go the other steps to get all of that information because this is a lifelong decision. And yes, when you get all of the information, you can say no. But at least you know that you made a knowledgeable decision and you didn't make a fear based one where oh my God, I don't know if I will fail, or I don't know if I'm old enough, or too young, or whatever. But here's your chance to claim back your life, to change your working conditions. Because it's easy where you have one bad day and then three good ones, and you say, oh, yeah, I can do this. But don't you think you deserve only good days? Or at minimum, the bad isn't tiring, or it isn't soul sucking. I know you deserve that, but do you believe that? So here's your chance to take that step into the unknown. But it's such a beautiful place, and I'm going to be here to mentor you. You're going to be introduced to a community of people who are so supportive of your dreams and your growth. But it's time for you to see it. So take that step, register for the workshop, and if for some reason Tuesday or Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific is not good for you, then you can always watch a recording at any time, 24/7 availability. So that's it for me. I will see you guys on Thursday.